everyone, welcome to the Smile Project, a podcast from School of Dentistry. I'm Mew. Thank you for joining us today. This podcast is all about holistic dental education on the go. This would enhance your knowledge and attitude not only towards dentistry but life as a whole. Tune in to hear and learn from specialists from various fields of dentistry, sharing their experience and discussing topics in the realm of dentistry. Also, we have in store a small dose of inspire and influence, a section for good quotes and productivity tips. So, let's begin.
Hello, my name is Rikan and I'll be your host for today, and with me is June.
Hi everyone, I'm June.
This episode we'll be talking about dental entrepreneurship, and in the studio with us here we have a full-time dental student, a part-time home baker, and also a part-time graphic designer, Emilyn.
Hi everyone.
Thank you so much for joining us today, and maybe you can tell us a bit about yourself?
Okay, my name is Emilyn. I am a fourth year dental student. I was born and raised in Batu Pahat, Johor, a very small town. And I think I've been in KL since 2015. So it's been quite a while now, since college. And yeah.
Thank you, Emilyn, for that introduction. As a dental student, I've noticed that people nowadays choose this profession for many different reasons. It could be the high pay or sometimes purely out of their own interest. So may I ask, what's the reason you chose dentistry in the first place?
I think for me, because when I was doing my SPM, I honestly didn't know what I wanted to do. But then when I went to college, I took A-levels. So out of the 4 subjects that I've taken, I think biology is the only subject that I can see myself doing, like something related to biology, something related to the medical field, and I suck at math. So honestly, anything that has got to do with math is not meant for me lah. So I've always been stuck between being a doctor or a dentist because I'm more of a people person, so I don't really think I'll go into research or anything like that. So I think I've chose dentistry because of the flexible working hours that I'll get lah, compared to being a doctor.
Okay, yeah, so don't worry, I suck at math too. So yeah, regarding the topic today, we're talking about dental entrepreneurship. And maybe you can tell us what you've been doing besides dentistry?
What I've been doing? Okay, so first of all, I am a freelance graphic designer. So I help small brands or new brands to come up with logos or certain packagings. And sometimes Instagram posts, so whatever that has got to do with graphic designing. I do that. And I also run a small baking business on Instagram. You can check it out. It's called Messy Kitchen KL. You can find it on Instagram. So basically I sell cookies and sometimes cakes with one of my housemate called Cynthia. Sometimes she helps me to bake cakes, and I think that's all.
So I've actually scrolled through your Instagram page, like your business page. So I see a lot of you posted a lot about your cookies or what. So I find it really interesting and a bit photogenic also. So I would like to know what makes you think that, what makes you feel like you wanted to do this?
What made me feel I wanted to do this? Honestly, it was just it started during MCO. So in 2020, December 2020, during MCO. So before I started the baking business, I actually tried baking a different cookie. It's called the pistachio cookie. So basically it's a butter cookie with pistachio cream in the middle. Then I started baking that because I kind of miss the cookie that I had in Italy. So one night, legit, at night, I was craving for it. Then I was like, okay, I need to make this because I can never have it anymore, right? So I just tried making it. And then after that, I posted on Instagram, and then a few people actually wanted to buy from me. So that's where I started trying to sell cookies lah. And then after that, a few months later in December, then it was the lockdown, and then I tried baking other kinds of cookies, like those very crunchy on the outside and like chewy on the inside kind of cookies. So I tried baking those, and it actually turned out quite good. So then I thought, why not try to sell them online so that I can make some money. Yeah.
So it's actually a trial and error for you.
Yeah, trial and error.
So is baking and is graphic designing your passion? Are they your passion? Is it an interest, or is it something to just pass time?
I think for me, baking would be something just to pass time. I wouldn't say baking is my passion, because I think I love baking if it's baking once in a while for people that I love, like people around me. Like, baking is small batches, but when you bake for a big business, right, it is a lot of work. It will take up the whole day, maybe 2 days, because it's not only about baking. It's about planning from how much you want to buy, what you want to sell. Then you need to post things online. You need to design stuff and post it online. And then after that, you need to calculate the price and everything, the cost. Then you go and buy. Then after you buy, you need to also keep all the receipts and everything. And then you need to bake, find a day to bake. Then after you bake, you need to package it. And then after that, you need to do the delivery. Then after that, you need to clean. So yeah, basically, it's a lot of work. So I wouldn't say I love baking till the point that, I want to do it like business. But for me, I think my passion or my interest is more to doing business, doing the planning side, the administrative side of business rather than baking.
And just to clarify, you do all of this by yourself?
Yeah, I do all of this by myself. So usually 2 or 3 days will be gone. Yeah.
And you are a full-time dental student?
Yes.
That's actually very, very amazing.
Yeah, it's pretty impressive.
Thank you.
So, Emilyn, I think a lot of people out there, a lot of listeners are probably wondering, how do you juggle everything? Because I know I cannot. I cannot. So, what do you do? Do you have a planner? Do you have a schedule? Or, so what's your secret?
I don't have secret. I think for me, I am a very organized person in terms of work and study. I try to balance it out. I try to organize it. So usually a planner works for me. I like to write things and set deadlines for certain things that I want to do. Doesn't matter if it's work or study, I would just really write down, okay, Monday what I want to do, or this week what I need to do and get done. And then I will try my best to follow it lah. And then I've also been using this website or app. It's called Notions. It's quite helpful. I don't know. So if some of you who want to really get things planned and organized, I think you can use Notions. Also, I think it's okay if you want to focus on different things. For example, like I'm doing dentistry, I'm also doing my baking business and also freelance graphic designing. It's okay to want to focus on 3 different things. Because a lot of people have been telling me, like, why can't you just focus on one thing? Because there are many people who have been saying that, okay, if you focus on one thing, then you can do better and excel like at one thing. But for me, I feel that there's no rule. Nobody set this rule. It's always just a stigma, Yeah. So I think it's okay to focus on 3 things at once, but it's also important to know which one to prioritize at certain seasons of your life, at certain point of your life lah. Yeah.
I totally agree with what Emilyn had said. I feel like there's no fixed rule saying that we should just be focusing on one thing, and I feel like one thing good about your mindset is that we can try everything that we feel interested in one shot.
Yeah.
So I'm pretty sure that the audience also wants to know that would you really give advice as someone who is experienced in this for dental students or any other maybe university students to actually have their side business as well?
Or even dentists, like working adults?
Yeah, why not? If you are interested in doing a side business, or you have something, a different passion out, like other than dentistry, and you've really been wanting to try it out, then why not? Like, really, why not? Yeah, I think you should go for it lah.
So Emily, I think, what you've been talking about is that, if you want to start a business, this dental entrepreneurship, you have to be creative, innovative, and you have to be committed to what you're doing. So what do you think is the most important out of these few things?
I think being committed would be the most important out of the things that you've mentioned lah.
And why is that so, actually?
Because if you really want to do it, you have to be committed to it, right? And only if you have decided to be committed to it, then you will put your 100% in it. Then you will make time for it. Yeah, you will make time for the things that you love. I know, very cringy, but it's true. Yeah, it's true.
Or the people you love. Yes. You'll make time for the people you love.
That's right. You are right.
So Emilyn, I've come across your business page and I realized that there's a lot of followers on your business page. So I would like to know how you actually build up your business on Instagram.
Honestly, targeting influencers has really helped me a lot, but you really have to be smart with the influencers that you pick, because you really need to know who your target audience is, who are your customers. You need to know your niche. Yeah, you cannot target everybody one. Yeah, so for me, probably my target age group would be around my age. Yeah, I wouldn't target uncle, aunties, all this kind lah. So yeah, you really need to know who you're targeting. And I think next is I've also used Instagram ads. Instagram ads really help. And giveaways lor. Yeah, giveaways can help.
Wow, that's a good approach.
So Emily, can you just tell us how many followers you have right now on your Instagram page? A rough idea.
I think 800 something, is it?
Yeah, 815 followers. Yeah, it's not a lot for a lot of people, but yeah, I think it's kind of a lot for me. Yeah,
I think thank you for sharing that. I think it's probably a good marketing strategy for those out there who wants to actually start any kind of business. Yeah.
So Emily, may I know what keeps you going in doing 3 things at a time when we know that a lot of people would give up easily out of stress or maybe tired?
I think for me, it would be 2 things. The first thing would be the fulfillment that I get after the work that I did. Okay, the fulfillment. And number 2, which is one of the main thing, would be the support from people around me. There was actually twice where I did a pop-up in KL before with one of my housemates, Cynthia. So we did pop-ups together, and there were quite a lot of people who came, and I would say 60 to 70% of them are my friends. And then I just feel very touched because there are people who I know who are supporting me, who really, like, people who show support, then it will really give me more motivation because I can see that they actually believe in what I do as much as I do. Because, like, some days definitely some days are gonna be bad days, like it will not always be good days. Some days are just gonna be harder because you're struggling and juggling with your studies and your work. But then I think this is why friends, people around you, like having a support system is so important, because their support will really remind you like why you're doing this in the first place. And then they will also kind of like remind you of the potential. They see the potential in your business, just like what you see. Yeah, so yeah, I think that is one thing that really motivates me lah. So I wouldn't want to disappoint myself, and I wouldn't want to disappoint them as well. Yeah.
Yeah, thank you so much for sharing that with us. And I also personally feel like, you know, as we grow older, and also as students, and especially if you're not living with your parents anymore, yeah, friends can be a very big support system. And especially if you're doing something out of the box, like, you know, having a baking business, that would mean even more, you know?
And I think what Emilyn has pointed out actually gives us a good advice also lah. We know that nowadays a lot of people actually feel very stressed up. And what Emily said actually remind us that we have a lot of people who support us, and that when we are tired, we should always remind ourselves that we have people who actually got our back.
Yes, you're right.
So, Emilyn, I'm just going to ask you one maybe a controversial question, but what's your favorite cookie flavor?
My favorite cookie flavor from what I've created or what?
It could be what you created, or like your ultimate favorite cookie flavor.
Definitely the double chocolate chunk cookies.
Do you have that?
Yes, of course.
So if people want to get your double chocolate chunk cookies, where can they find you at?
Messy Kitchen KL.
I'm probably going to have one later.
Are there any flavors?
Any other flavors?
Yeah.
There's a lot of flavors. Currently we have definitely the classics. Then we have classic pistachio. Basically it's with pistachio cookies, pistachio nuts. And then we have the double chocolate with hazelnut. We have s'mores. Ooh, s'mores is very nice. Actually, I like s'mores. Yeah.
S'mores sound good too.
Yeah, s'mores very good. I have certain seasonal cookies where I don't sell it all the time. So I have peanut butter and jelly cookies. I have... what else do I have? I have mint chocolate cookies. I have M&Ms. I have matcha cheesecake cookies. Yeah, I have quite a lot. And birthday cake cookies, yeah.
Ooh, birthday cake cookies sounds so interesting.
And after hearing your inspiring stories, if anyone interested to actually start a business, we can also find you to design the logo, right? Since you are good at designing, and actually have another side business called what?
Oh yeah, I have another side business. Actually, it's not business lah. I wouldn't call it a business. I just post my stuff there, my work there. It's on One With Kindness. Yeah.
And with One With Kindness, actually just tell us, like, what have you done? What designing have you done?
Mainly, I've been doing logo and also packaging. So I've done, I don't know if guys heard of But Honestly, they are quite in now. It's basically a card game. Yeah, a card game where it's meant to create conversations with, like, you're meant to play with your friends or your families to help establish meaningful conversations. So I actually help them to design their logos and their card game. and the whole packaging. Yeah, you can check them out. It's really cool. It's called But Honestly.
So Emilyn, you design, you bake, and you study dentistry. Aren't you like a perfect girl?
No. I'm not. I cannot dance. I cannot do sports. There's a lot of things that I can't do.
No one is perfect, but you are perfect in your own way, you know.
Right. You are right, June.
So, Emilyn, it's really fun talking to you. And like, is there any take-home message you would like to give the audience before we end this?
I think, okay, so for anyone who's been wanting to start something or do anything new, something out of your comfort zone, I think one take-home message I would say is there's no right timing to start. I think the right timing, don't just wait for the right timing, okay? Because the right timing is when you actually choose to do it. And honestly, you will never be 100% prepared for something because it's something new. And when it's something new, you are bound to learn things along the way, and you are bound to fail as well. And I think we just have to embrace it, embrace the whole process, embrace the whole journey, and really enjoy it, and not only focus on the outcome and the result. Don't be so result driven, and really enjoy the process, because I think there are a lot of people who are afraid of taking that first step because they're afraid of failing. They're afraid that they will not achieve that particular result that they want. And because of that fear, I think that's why they wouldn't want to step out. So yeah, I would say enjoy the process, and make sure you do good work. Just make sure you do good work, and I think from there you will go very far. Yeah.
Thank you, Emilyn, for your good advice, and I totally agree that we should be courageous and try whatever we feel like interested in trying, so that there's no regret in our life. And it's really inspiring to know your journey in opening up your home baking business as well as your graphic design business. So for anyone who is listening to our podcast, you can check out her two businesses at Messy Kitchen KL and One with Kindness Instagram page. And thank you once again for tuning into the Smile Project with me, June, and Gan. And we hope that this episode inspires you to believe in your ideas and turn it into action.
We also hope that we brought you a smile along the episode. And maybe if you're heading over to the Messy Kitchen KL's Instagram page, you might be drooling looking at the cookies. I certainly did. If you've enjoyed the episode, don't forget to follow The Smile Project on Spotify and follow our social media pages at The Smile Project IMU on Instagram and Facebook. You could also share the podcast on your social media accounts, and don't forget to tag us. See you on the next episode. Bye!
Bye!
Thanks for listening to today's episode of The Smile Project. We hope you enjoyed. If you would like to help support the podcast, please share it with your family and friends and leave a rating or review. Thank you once again. I'll see you next time.